Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Today's beer, I know is going to be a great beer. These guys at Trillium Brewing do not make a bad beer. I don't even think they make a B beer. Everything that I've had from them has been an A beer, and most of them have been at the top of the A list. Very exceptional beers coming from those guys there. And they are out of Boston, Massachusetts, so excellent beers coming off the East Coast now. A lot of great stuff coming out of New England especially. So this is their Cutting Tiles Mosaic. They did like 3 different versions of different hops, Mosaic and Galaxy and something else. This is the Mosaic version. This was sent to me by Greg. Greg, imagine that. Greg sent a beer to Greg. Greg, I appreciate it. Anytime that I can get my hands on something from Trillium or Alchemist or Treehouse, I'm never going to turn that down. And I appreciate everything that everybody sends me. Rico, Brandon, Greg, everybody. Uh, it's it's so awesome. Like I tell you guys, it's all the time. Come home and have a beer mail package sitting on the porch. So blows me away. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. As y'all probably noticed, I had been posting 2 beer reviews up till several days ago. Trying to catch up because I was so far ahead with me laying around and having all this knee surgeries on both knees and the cabinet shop folding up and being liquidated and all that. I had a lot of time on my hands, so I was able to do those beer reviews and got so far ahead, got like 6 weeks ahead, so I started doing 2 a day to get them out. So I'm about caught up, but now that the gun store has opened up, I'm real busy there, so I don't see that happening again as far as posting 2 a day. So just trying to catch up on all the wonderful beers that all you guys have sent me and trying to get the IPAs and the lower ABV beers reviewed. So bear with me, and I apologize if I've kept some in the fridge too long recently. It's just been pretty hectic around here. Once I got my surgery and was able to get up and get around and got the gun store open, I've been non-stop there. So anyway, that's my problem. Commercial description on this one. Actually, Rate Beer has us at 8%. It's 8.5%. Everybody else has got it to right ABV. So Rate Beer, update your shit, man. Commercial description says Cutting Tiles is an exploratory series of double IPAs featuring a range of aromatic single hop varietals brewed with raw wildflower honey. Oh yeah. This familiar first version, formerly known as Archaic, is dosed with 100% Mosaic and an all-kettle whirlpool and 2 massive dry hop additions. The local wildflower honey keeps the body light and drinkable, provides a floral, earthy backbone, juicy candied peach and nectarine up front, backed up with a nuanced white wine on the nose that continues straight through the flavor profile. Pillowy soft mouthfeel with a restrained bitterness on the finish. New variants to follow. And like I said, they've done a couple more after this. And this one says, congrats John and Van, 10, 11, 16. So this was canned on October the 11th of 2016. Today is the 12th of November, so it is 1 month old. So I know it's going to be tasty. Oh yeah. Thanks again, Greg. I do appreciate it, sir. Don't think there's anything else we need to talk about, so I'll go to the food pairings while I get the can open. Cuisine, and it's a double IPA, guys. The cuisine is barbecue, the cheese is peppery, Monterey, pepper jack, sharp blue cheddar. Your stronger cheeses, gorgonzola, limburger. The meat is game, grilled meat, and salmon, and glass bar snifter, tulip, and I'm going to get it all in the glass. Tulip, oversized wine glass, and it tells us here you can celebrate, but don't do it. You'll be regretting it. I'm telling you. Drink a brush. Don't make me slap you. Drink a brush. I am very surprised. Now, the guys, I don't know if you can see that. This is not as cloudy as it typically is. So I got a feeling, and I'm going to pour that in here before I leave to go sip on it. This is not as cloudy as it usually is. I can see the light through this one. That's very surprising for these guys. Just about everything that I've had from them has been super cloudy, very orange and juicy looking. This one is not. Now, right now. So let's see. I'm going to take some sips and stuff, and then we'll pour the rest of it in there and see what it looks like then. But I can see the light through this one, guys. It's a nice amber color, but very untypical of these guys. So let's get a nose on it. Ooh. Oh, man, the hops, the mosaic hops are just kicking ass, kicking ass. Oh, wow. Oranges, there's a nice sweetness from the honey. Tangerines, mango. There's some pininess in there and some tropical fruit notes. About to drool on myself. Imagine that. Oh, that smells awesome, guys. I'm ready to dive in. Gonna do it. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Greg. Thank you, sir. I do appreciate it. That smells awesome. Got a nice dankness to it, too. Well, very impressive. Tangerines, grapefruits, mango. Wow, that is delicious. Let's see if it gets any cloudier. Not really. Guys, this is the first beer that I've got sent to me, because I can't get these guys beers from Trillium down here. Somebody has to send them to me, or not has to, somebody graciously sends them to me. This is the uncloudiest beer that I've received that has come from this brewery, Trillium. So, very interesting. I was expecting to look like orange juice like everything else that I've gotten from these guys. But this one does not. This is a little more clear. Not that typical orange juice looking stuff that Treehouse and Trillium and those guys usually do. So, still very damn tasty though. Wow. Well, I'm going to sip up for a little bit. It's right out of the fridge, and I'll be back. Alright guys, I'm back. Got just a little left here. Very tasty beer. Definitely an A beer in my opinion, guys. These guys at Trillium do awesome stuff. A little disappointed that they don't have the IBUs on there. And they do these plain silver cans with the printed labels wrapped around on the silver cans. And they could put the IBUs on there if they wanted to. They choose not to, or don't want to, or whatever their reason is. I do think it's an A beer, guys. I think it's an outstanding beer, but I don't think I'm going to go to the top notch on this one. I would like to see the IBUs on the can. They're doing the dating, and they got the ABV on there. So to get to 10 from me now, they're going to have the date, the IBUs, and the ABV on the can, or on the bottle, however it should be. We need to know that. Is it 60? Is it 75? Is it 100 IBUs? So they could do that. We could be very easy to do that. And since we were seeing that it's 8% on rate beer, maybe last year's edition was 8, and this year's edition was 8.5. So they have to reprint those labels anyway. They can't use the same label from year to year if the ABV changes. So why not print the IBUs on there too? Just my opinion, just this guy's opinion. So, final chug. Awesome, awesome aroma. Not quite as cloudy or as orange juicy looking or grapefruit juice looking as everything that I've had from them so far has been, but still a very tasty beer. In my opinion, in my humble opinion, this is a 10 beer in a 9 can because it doesn't have the IBUs on it. And a lot of people say, well, you're crazy. Well, I probably am. I'm not going to argue with that. I probably am. I'm an old country hillbilly guy that's got an opinion. And it's just my opinion. And that, and then 50 cents or $1 wherever you're buying your coffee, we'll get you a coffee. And unless you're going to Starbucks, it may be $5. So, would like to see the IBUs on the can. Very tasty beer. A very well-made beer on top of that. But if the recipe has changed and it's gone from an 8 to an 8.5%, they're going to have to do a different label for that anyway. So why not go ahead and go and print the IBUs on there? So just me. Just me. I did enjoy this, Greg. Thanks a bunch for sending it to me. Everything comes out of Trillium has been exceptional, and I may be a little withholding, not giving it to 10, but I want to see the IBUs on there, especially if they're doing different recipes and the ABV is changing from year to year. So they're not going to, and next year's may be different. That's another reason why I think they should have the IBUs written on there. It's not going to change the taste of the beer. It's not going to probably change your opinion of the beer or purchasing the beer, especially from these guys at Trillium and Treehouse and other Alchemist, the guys that do Heady Topper, from buying the beer or standing in line to buy the beer. A lot of times they're limited to however many you can buy, whether it's a 6-pack or a 12-pack or a case or whatever. But a lot of times you got to stand in line to get it, unless you go on an off day or whatever. I mean, I'm not up there and not experienced that. I'm not the kind of guy, and I've done it before. I've stood in line and waited and all that kind of stuff, and got numbers to get beers, and paid an astronomical fee to have dinners and be entertained by the brewer and all that. I've been there and done that, got it all, got the t-shirt to match, been there and done that. Just not a fan of standing in line for an hour or two just to get beers, and even though they're probably worth it, just not me. If I was 40 instead of 60, would probably have the stamina to do that, but being 60 years old, I don't do that. I just don't do it. So, 10 beer in a 9 can, only because the IBUs are not on there. And a little disappointed that it's not as cloudy and orange juice looking that everything that I've had from them has been so far. So this one, it didn't even look like it was an unfiltered beer. It looked like it was a filtered beer. So, kind of surprised about that too. So, that being said, it is an exceptional beer. If you can get this beer, you won't be disappointed. You will not be disappointed. It is an outstanding beer. But for me to give it to 10, I want to see the IBUs. I do. So, especially since they're not having a special can printed up and all that, and they're doing the printed on, stick on labels. Give us that information, guys. So, over to Red Beer Advocate. They say 91. I think it's better than that. Like I said, a lot of these ratings don't influence my opinion at all, guys. I mean, they're saying it's a 91. I think it's a 9 out of 10. I would probably give it a 98, maybe even a 99, just because the IBUs are not listed there. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give it a 99 because it is a very, very tasty beer, guys. So it's 99 out of 100. Had IBUs on it, it would get the 100. So, over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer says it's 100 overall, 99 in the style. So, excellent numbers from those guys over there. And for our final check-in, we'll run over to Untapped, and they have it at 4.4. Awesome numbers from those guys. These are averages on Untapped. So they have everybody that's commented and rated this beer, they average them all together, and that's what they come up with. So when you see Untapped having it in the 4s, especially above 4.5, outstanding, world class. Don't get much better than that. I've never seen a 5 on Untapped because they average all those ratings together. So everybody thinks it's an A beer, and I do too. And I do too. So, very tasty. If you can get your hands on this beer, it's worthy of picking up. And if you're in the vicinity of the brewery and you can get up there and stand in line, or get your grubby little hands on as much as you can get, you won't be disappointed, especially if you're a hoppy. These guys do some awesome hoppy beers. So, but this one didn't look like it was an unfiltered beer. It didn't have that orange juice or grapefruit juice look to it. Kind of clear. It looks like a filtered beer to me. Very surprised about that. So, if you've had this one, this is the Cutting Tiles Mosaic. Let me know what you think. Thought it was pretty damn tasty. Greg, thanks again, my brother, for sending it to me. Always love to get these beers from Trillium and Treehouse and Alchemist and all those outstanding beer breweries up there and on the side of the East Coast. They are giving the West Coast a run for their money. Very nice. And they're spending their money on what's inside the can or the bottle, whichever case it may be, and just putting on a stick-on label instead of spending a lot of money on having a special can printed up. So, very nice. If you've had it, let me know what you think about this one. And as always, come on back. Let's go look in the fridge tomorrow, see what we can dig up. See you then.